Welcome, guys, to the Completely Pointless Podcast. I'm Nicholas today, your intro provider. And today we're on episode 22. We're going to hear with your regular participants. Well, we try to be regular.
Yeah, you got the most regular Jeremy.
Facts.
Yeah, that's a burn on both of you.
The somewhat Hey, you and Nick.
And that's a weird name.
Yes, I'm Brandon, by the way, of course. But you and Nick have missed more episodes than I have.
Really?
Yes, because I have done an exclusive episode with both of you, and neither of you have done an exclusive episode without me.
Yeah, me and Jeremy need to do an exclusive one. We were supposed to, but Jeremy fucking bailed.
Yeah, well, because I went down to my parents, and I was planning on coming back, but then we kind of had some drinks.
Well, I wasn't here last weekend because of my mom was down, so
yeah,
family
family time is important. All right.
Yeah.
Especially now that all of our parents are old.
Yeah, they're getting there, dude. It's kind of wild. Oh, dude, we should start off with that. How does it feel watching your parents age?
It's interesting because it's like I never noticed it until like pretty recently, right? Like last 5 years or so. Like up until then, I was like, yeah, no, they're just my parents, and now I'm like, oh man, they're getting real gray, real frail looking. Like, hopefully we discover immortality in a few years. It'll be fine.
Right, I know, dude. It's been trippy because, like, I don't know. I start like seeing it's like weird watching your parents start to look like your grandparents did. That's what fucks me up because, like, my mom's starting to look like my grandma, my dad's starting to look like my grandpa, and I'm just like, whoa.
Yeah,
and then I realized, like, I'm almost 25. I'm like, ooh.
You're not even 25 yet? What a little baby.
No, he's a young little
baby.
lad.
I'm about to turn 26 in like 2 months.
Same, I'll turn
25 in like 1 month.
Yeah, I turned 25 in August.
Well, so
right before Brandon turns 26, so he can't say he's a full year older than me.
Man, that's kind of one of those things, though. Is it so weird to me that I am 25? Like, I still feel like I'm a irresponsible child, you know?
Same. I'm sitting here like, I don't know. I don't feel ready. I don't feel ready for all of life's challenges.
Like, that's a lot of responsibility I don't want to take. I don't know about that.
Same, dude. Like, I watch all the shit my mom has to deal with, and I'm just like, yeah, I don't know. I don't know about that.
Well, because, like, my sisters are, they're moving down to Fort Worth. Both of them are. And so they're like, we know you're looking for a job. You should just find one in Fort Worth and move down there with us. I was like, that's like a big move. That's just like something for an adult to do. And then I'm like, oh, wait, fuck. I am an adult.
Like, come to Papa, Jeremy. Come join me in DFW.
See, that's the whole reason. I was talking with them. They're like, you should come down to Fort Worth. I was like, I don't know, Nick's down there. And that's it's a little closer than I want to be to him. So
yeah, right. Just start catching what I got, dude.
I don't know.
This is the first time we've all officially lived in different cities since we all started like hanging out together.
Where are you moving to again?
I'm in Odessa.
Moved to
Odessa.
How's it been being back to Permian Basin?
It's Permian Basin.
Yep, the Dust Bowl.
Yeah, nothing exciting, really.
Shit, Lubbock's fucking dustier than Permian Basin.
Well, Dust Bowl 2.0, I guess.
Yeah.
Fair.
The new Dust Bowl. You went from one to the next.
Yeah. Well, I'm just back in my old well, not my old stomping grounds, but close enough. Yeah.
Way closer. I bet your mom's tickled fucking pink.
I mean, yeah. I mean, it's only like 30 minutes closer.
Hey, that's closer, though.
Unless you hit a bad construction day, and then it's an hour longer.
Dude, how is it that construction over there is so bad?
Like, it's only gotten worse, man.
Because, like, construction here is bad, but at least they finish shit. Like, over there, they don't finish anything.
Bro, I-20 from, like, Sweetwater to fucking...
Dude, it's so bad.
Pecos. is under construction.
Oh, yeah, and it has been for like 8 fucking years now.
I know, and some dipshit decided to fucking texture the highway, all of I-20.
Oh no, yeah, all of it. Like as soon as you hit,
now,
as soon as you pass, like, what is it, Sweetwater, dude, it's ass.
Yeah, it's so bad.
Oh my god, like, it's so bad.
All the way through Abilene is textured. Half of fucking Sweetwater is textured now. All the way from fucking Sea City to Cahoma's textured. No, actually, Sea City, like, almost to Midland is textured.
Yeah,
like, well, that's if you're the kind of person who just loves driving on the rumble strips all the time,
oh god,
you need to go down that like stretch of I-20, dude. You'll fucking hum 20
Your whole
times.
car is just vibrating,
and it's loud as
yeah, it is. Well, like, because
my
parents live down there, and my dad, rides his motorcycle a lot. Well, used to ride his motorcycle a lot. Yeah. He's like, yeah, I don't take it out very often because it's a fucking hazard driving on those roads, man. Like, you slip into one of those ruts on the front tire, and you're just fucked. Like,
so,
actually, though,
we went to my parents, and on the way home, so between Sea City and Cahoma, there's an area called Rattlesnake Gap. Well, most of that area of I-20, yeah, most of that area is like it's active construction, but on the weekends there's nobody there, so both lanes are open, but they're uneven lanes right now. So the left lane is like 6 inches higher than the right lane.
Oh yeah,
they have like a slope up to it. Bro,
those low profile tires be crying.
There was a fucking car flipped in the goddamn center median.
Yeah, dude, that shit's rough.
I guarantee they were running about 90 and went to fly past a car, hit that, and it just lifted.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, because I was driving down when they first had it like offset like that, and I didn't notice it, and I went to change lanes because it was kind of dark, and whole fucking truck just drops off a curb basically, and I'm like,
You're like, what the fuck?
Holy shit. Yeah, dude, it was terrifying whenever I was driving the Golf, because it was lowered on coilovers, fucking 18-inch wheels, like real low profile tires that were stretched. So anytime there were the uneven lanes, I was always so fucking scared to drive over them, just because
well, looks like I'm not passing anybody.
Yeah, basically, it was fucking awful, dude. I don't know. I think I blame project managers and planning managers. They're fucking terrible.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just that's like one of the because it's always
fucking State Department.
One of the arguments with taxes. Yeah. They're like, oh, but they make the roads for you. I was like, do you not just hear us complaining for the past hour about how shit the roads are? And they weren't even in that bad a condition to begin with. They just made them worse.
No, yeah, it's funny because sometimes they'll go through and, quote unquote, repair the roads, but then they were worse than they were. You're like, what the fuck? You could have just left it alone and it would have been better.
Yeah.
Like, I-20 was nice to drive down until they decided to fucking texture the whole ass thing. And so now, driving down it, all you hear is...
Yeah, it's all grooved. You're like, oh, yes, because everybody asked for this.
Like, it'd be fine if it was grooved, but it's
fucking like cross-hatched. Yeah, it's like cross-hatched as fuck. You're like, okay.
They like ground it down to try to prep it for redoing the road, but then just didn't.
Well, supposedly it's for traction in whenever it's rainy.
It doesn't even rain that much.
Right.
Here's the thing behind that is straight line grooves actually perform better because it pushes the water out behind the tire instead of
just kind
around
of
splashing
it out. Yeah, I mean that makes sense.
Man, I'm not a scientist.
Well, because if you look at fucking airports, I was actually watching a fucking TikTok about this earlier.
About airports?
Yeah, you would.
Dude, do you ever, kind of quick sidebar, get like a TikTok that's like 3 minutes long and it's just about some obscure topic, and then you just watch the whole thing and you're like,
every single
and then
one
just
of those.
Keep going?
Yep, all the fucking time, dude. TikTok is... I've learned more from TikTok than I have from school.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. No, but it was one of those. but they were talking about like traction on the tarmac of like airports.
Yeah.
And they're all straight line grooved. They're not crosshatch grooved, they're straight line grooved. So that a plane can get enough traction to stop once it lands. So how the fuck is the State Department gonna fucking be like, it's a car, not a plane, so...
Well, but Brandon, kind of like what I was saying earlier, though, with motorcycles, is if you have those long, straight grooves, because they did that at one point going between Sweetwater and Snyder, or Sweetwater and Abilene, and they have those straight grooves, but then every once in a while, it stops and kind of moves over. So you get your tire in one of those grooves, and it's, keeping you in a track, and then suddenly it tries to walk you over to the next one, and I know multiple people that have crashed on that shit. So I bet that's probably the reason.
It actually does it to cars too.
They shouldn't be deep enough to fucking trap any sort of tire in.
Motorcycle tires doesn't really have like an inch of contact.
It doesn't really trap it. It really just
it like steers you almost. It's like those cars on the rails, It's like
Yeah, and you can feel it if you have a car on performance tires. Yeah. Like the Golf when it was on the Continental DSWs. Oh, dude, it got yanked around by straight line grooves like crazy.
Right. Like it's enough that you can feel it pulling, and then it's enough that if you're not prepared for it, it can very easily just, escalate from your tires shifting over an inch to a death wobble, and then you're just gone.
Okay, so counterpoint to straight line versus crosshatch grooves.
Mm-hmm.
No goddamn grooves.
Yeah, facts, dude. We're on cars. We have ABS. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Tire technology has come so far.
Really
How about this?
Fucking brake technology has come so far.
Well, you're also on the fucking highway. When are you ever having to stop that fast? Or like, when are you losing traction that bad? Like, chill.
Yeah.
If you gotta stop that fast if there's a wreck in front of you. And the wrecks happen when it rains, so we gotta have grooves.
Right, but why is the wreck happening? It shouldn't be happening in the first place. Learn to fucking drive, people. Driving's not that hard.
I mean, apparently it is.
I'm gonna play Jeremy right now.
Do it.
We should just technologically advance to where all cars are self-driving, and it takes the harm out, or it takes the human element out of it.
I mean, Brandon, usually I don't think you make good points, but for some reason this time you make a pretty good point,
I like this one.
But honestly,
though, to me.
We should. I was watching another TikTok, and they were talking about how car-centered the U.S. is, and they were even like one of the top or the things they brought up was the fact that our like nationally recognized form of identification is a driver's license, right? Like a lot of other countries, you just have an ID card. It's not related to your license. It's just an ID card you get from the government. And the U.S. is like, yeah, no, it's your driver's license. Without your driver's license, I mean, we need your social security and birth certificate and some address stuff and all this other shit. And so we're very, like, focused on the idea of we need cars to go everywhere, when I think that's a really bad mindset to have.
Well, and yeah, it's also really not good for the pollution and shit. Yeah. People always argue cars are bad for the environment, so let's make cars more eco-friendly. It's like, how about we just make public transport more readily available and better?
And another part of it is
everywhere, motherfucker.
Well, yeah, and another part of it is the infrastructure for cars takes up so much space. Like, if you think if we just got rid of streets, how small cities could be, like.
Oh yeah, it's insane. And also, like, Texas has a really big problem with infrastructure in general. I think it's Arlington, for every 1,000 square foot of interior space a building has, 2 parking spaces have to be built for it.
Yeah.
Jesus
so you have these massive. Yeah, no, it's stupid. So you have these massive buildings surrounded by even bigger parking lots.
Yeah.
So like you can't put anything like close together.
Yeah, it's kind of stupid.
Yeah, it's really fucking dumb.
Yeah, but it also makes sense to me that we are that way because we have so much
Land.
Just so much wide open land.
Yeah.
Like, you're driving through Texas and there's a city every hour, but there's, hundreds of miles in between them, and you've got, even those cities are so spaced out, and it's like...
Yeah, you'll have literally spans of like hours of driving with just nothing.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's like, so it makes sense, but also it's dumb. We should tear down the entire U.S. and rebuild it around the idea of segways.
At least we're not Thailand. They have a really bad infrastructure problem with power lines. Like they have too many power lines, like just everywhere.
I have
so
seen
like a lot of times they fall.
I've seen pictures of like power lines in some other countries that are just like rats' nests. Like they just
No,
look
yeah,
like
that's
a giant,
Thailand. Fucking...
giant bundle of wires, and I'm like, oh no.
Yeah, it's absolutely like that in Thailand. Like I think that's that's the worst place in the world for it, or something like that, or something crazy.
Yeah.
Like they have the most power lines per square area of space.
Yeah, U.S. cities started phasing that out like 20 years ago. Now that all new subdivisions and everything have to be underground power, and
and they let it go so long that now it's like an actual problem.
Yeah, it's like you can't really do anything about it.
Yep.
Yeah, it's bad.
Because to do anything about it, the whole fucking country would be out of power for a year.
Right. You'd have to tear it all down.
I feel like, if you just put up new power poles everywhere, like along the power lines, and then just ran new lines, or just dug next to them or something.
Yeah.
And while the current ones stayed.
When the new ones
after you replaced them. Maybe, but I'm not a fucking city planner. I'm an idiot, so.
Bro, so what is it about freaking city planners, man? I swear they do some of the stupidest shit. Like,
yeah, some of them are toddlers with crayons.
Yeah, like, because here in Lubbock, it used to just be a pretty, flat. Everything was on a grid. Everything was good, and then they decided they wanted to cut a straight line through the middle of town, the Marsha Sharp, and they built it lower than everything else in the town, so now it floods, and it's
oh god,
it was like, it's so dumb, and I don't know why they did it. Like, it doesn't even get that much traffic.
I wonder if they ever even flood tested it.
Oh, I doubt it. Dude, just Lubbock in general.
I wonder if they flood test anything.
Oh, doesn't seem like it.
Like, what's grading? What's fucking angles? Yeah, we don't know geometry.
Put a rain drain on the side of the road and it'll be fine.
This is Lubbock. All we know is cattle and oil.
Cattle and football.
Yeah, cattle, college, and football.
Well, I remember when we were back at Tech in college, we had like a real bad flood, and there were people
riding their jet skis.
Yeah, like riding their jet skis
down the street,
and then they'd get their lifted trucks and they'd pull tubes with their trucks down the roads.
That's sick.
Yeah.
That sounds pretty fucking fun.
I mean, it would be kind of fun, yeah. Except I don't know, dude, that water is nasty. So.
Shit, I've swam in lakes before. I can't imagine it's any worse.
Dude, have you had the pleasure of riding your motorcycle in like a heavy rain yet, Nick?
A light rain. It wasn't too bad, and I pulled off pretty quickly. But my bike got fucking gross.
Yeah, dude, nothing is worse than sitting at a red light while it's raining, and then a car passes you and just splashes you with water. But no matter the temperature outside, the water on the road is hot. Like, it's so warm, and it smells horrendous, and it's so uncomfortable, and I hate it. That's why I would never. So
speaking of city planning, I'm gonna send y'all just a snip of one of the subdivisions I was building in Lubbock, and try to explain to me how these streets make sense.
Is it going to be in Discord?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Bet we will inspect and give our review.
That's very white.
Come on, I gotta move it. What is happening? Okay. Let me see. Oh man.
So we'll start at the bottom.
I was saying, what the fuck am I looking at right now?
Yeah. Okay, so we'll start at the bottom. Harvard Street.
Yeah.
God,
so it comes
pale.
up.
Holy shit! All right, you continue.
You see how it curves. So starting from the right.
Yeah, the east.
Shit. Yeah.
The west.
The west. So going west, you go and it turns up, and then it turns into Itasca.
Mm-hmm.
The same street turns into a different street.
Yep.
Doesn't
it also? Doesn't that street also pick up down there on the left? Yeah, it does. Yeah. it comes back into existence down there on the left side.
So the next road up on the east is Itasca.
What the fuck?
And then it curves up, and then it turns into Kemper, and then it goes out of the subdivision. Okay, so you see North Englewood.
Wait, but there's another
cross streets. So that street comes up. And where it 90s, where it says Frankfurt Avenue, that's wrong. It's actually Jarvis. But so if you're going northeast on Englewood and you turn left, it's still Englewood. But if you turn right, it's Jarvis.
Fuck. I see there's another fucking Kemper Street.
Yeah, up
and you
there.
see Kemper Street over there on the west side.
It's just like
you see Kemper Street over on the east side.
Well, Kemper is like fucking this little bitty stretch of road that does like it goes nowhere.
Yeah,
it's like the cul-de-sac.
Right.
It's like all the roads were going straight, and then they broke them in the middle and shifted one side up and the other side down, and then put a road in between them, like Englewood.
Yep.
Oh my God.
It's so dumb.
It was the dumbest fucking subdivision I've ever built in.
Yeah.
That looks fucking awful.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That makes me hurt.
Mm-hmm.
Well, so for the most part, I feel like when I'm driving around Lubbock, and again, it's probably because I've lived here for so long now, that it just all makes sense to me because it's all in a grid. You know, all your numbers going west to east, all your named going north to south. So I feel like I can understand it. Yeah, until you get to the weird shit. But then, when I go,
highways in Lubbock make no sense.
What do you mean? It's just a circle with a line through it.
Right. And whereas here where I live, all of our highways are a grid.
Ooh. So, another interesting fact. Do you know why they call Lubbock Hub City?
Because that's where a lot of the porn stub amateurs live.
You'll get all your hubcaps stolen?
No.
Dang, were you both wrong?
So, yes. So if you look at it from zoomed out on the map, it looks like the hub of a wagon wheel.
Huh.
Because of Loop 289 going around it. Well, yes, but because of Loop 289 going around it and all of the highways going out of it, it looks like the hub of a wagon wheel.
Yeah. That's really stupid
hub
reason
and
to be
spokes of a
called
wagon.
that.
That's why it's called Hub
I
City.
know, but that's so dumb.
That's a really dumb reason to call it that.
It's really dumb.
So stupid.
That's why. That's why.
God, that's so dumb. See, I thought it, never having looked into it, it was something like, oh, we're the hub of culture in Texas, or we're the hub of intelligence, some stupid shit that cities say all the time.
Yeah.
But no, that's way dumber, so.
Yep. I was curious one day, because everywhere, it's like Hub City title, Hub City this, Hub City that, whatever. I'm like, why the fuck why are we Hub City?
Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
And then I looked it up, and I was like, that's fucking dumb.
Stupid.
That is so dumb.
God. One of the things I always find so funny is, slogans for cities. Why the fuck does a city need a slogan?
I don't actually know what DFW's thing is.
Oh, it's gotta have one, dude. I'm about to look up a couple of them because
it's gonna be different.
I think Fort Worth is
different.
I think Fort Worth is Cowtown or some shit.
Yes, Fort Worth is Cowtown. I can't remember what Dallas is.
I think it's Silicon Plain or something like that.
Something like that. That sounds fucking familiar.
Because we are the tech hub of Texas, in second place behind
in the US.
City?
It would make more sense to y'all for y'all to be called Hub City.
I looked up Dallas nickname, and the biggest one that came up was Big D.
Yep, that's about right.
D-Town,
That's
Triple
about
D.
right. Yeah, D-Town. That's what it is. I think it's
D-Town.
D-Town.
What is the Dallas motto? Big things happen here.
God, that's so dumb.
Oh, it's also known as the City of Hate.
I can see
fuck?
that.
Why?
I don't know.
Because it's in Texas.
The City of Hate. Okay.
This is from an article titled "Slang You Need to Know to Survive in DFW."
Is it just a bunch of racial slurs?
Or? My ass, you don't need to know any slang to survive here.
Dude, that, again, I saw another TikTok. It was some lady that's like, I've lived in Texas for 1 whole year now, and this is what I've learned. And it's just like,
oh, I've seen her.
A bunch of stupid shit.
Yeah, it's all like typical, like, basic Texas shit, and then sometimes she'll like throw in like a weird one.
Yeah, like there will be a bunch
like
of
being
normal
exaggerative.
ones. There's like, most places just serve sweet tea, and I'm like, I guess. And then the next one is like, if you leave Texas, you have to spin 3 times in a circle, take off your boots, kiss your cowboy hat, and throw it back over the border so that it can stay in its homeland. I'm like, what? What are you talking about?
Oh, fuck.
Yeah. I was like, damn, you must be more Texan than me. I don't even own a cowboy hat or boots.
It's always funny to me too, like people who aren't from Texas or from the South, especially whenever they come visit Texas, because it's like, most of us are just fucking normal. Like,
Yeah.
we're not all howdy, how y'all doing?
How
We're
you
not all fucking idiots.
Yeah.
And they're like always baffled by that. They're just like, where's your cowboy hats? Why don't you have bullhorns on your car? Like, what the fuck, dude? Like, what do you mean?
You talk to anybody out of state and they're like, "Oh, did you ride your horse to school every day?" Like, no,
like,
I
dude,
got in my
horses are
pickup
expensive. What the fuck are you talking
and I drove
about?
to school. Fuckers.
Well, that's because a lot of people are like, "Oh, Texas, they got the bad accent," but I feel like a lot of the southeastern states have worse accents than Texans do for the most part.
Oh, have you ever heard somebody from fucking Arkansas?
Dude, yeah, it's bad.
Or try somebody from East Texas. East Texas accents are awful.
I could see that, yeah.
Like, Sam has kind of an East Texas accent, and like it's weird how different it is from my accent.
Yeah. Like, there's a very noticeable drawl to it.
No, like, I have the drawl. He has like the twang, I guess, or something. I don't know what the fuck it is. It sounds more like I sound more redneck. He sounds a little more hick.
Yeah, okay.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's weird. It's definitely weird though. Different like dialects in the South, because there are different ones.
There are a lot of them. Because you got
especially
the Louisiana Cajun,
Well, like even in Texas, like you have South Texas, like Houston area. Then you have the Austinites, which are all fucking hipster gay boys from California. And then you have like West Texas, who are all kind of rednecky. Then North Texas, kind of the same, like Lubbock area.
Yeah.
Like it's pretty similar to Permian Basin.
Yep.
And then East Texans, yeah, they're a whole different breed.
And then you got North Texans, the like Panhandle.
Yeah. Well, DFW North Texas area is like pretty standard,
well,
like
yeah,
just
so
basic
DFW
bitch English, like
North Texas, but then Panhandle is a different thing.
I do not accept that DFW is North Texas, even though they call it that. It is not.
I mean,
it's fucking East Texas.
Yeah,
Panhandle is North Texas.
Yeah,
Everybody
we're like Northeast.
Considers Lubbock West Texas still. Fuck no. Lubbock's North Texas. It's fucking Panhandle. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, it's like right on the verge between the two. You can't decide on either, much like everything
West
else
Texas. But
doesn't Lubbock like dead middle of the Panhandle?
It's kind of like towards the base of it.
Oh, okay.
Center of the Panhandle.
Oh, the base of the shaft.
Dead center of the Panhandle.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
But there is 2 things that almost all Texans can agree on. Fuck every other state and fuck Austin.
I mean, I don't know about that,
but isn't the Texas motto friendship or something like that?
Yeah, the friendly state or some shit like that. Because Tejas means friend or some garbage. I don't know.
No, doesn't Tejas mean like hat or roof?
I mean, I'm pretty sure. Yes, Texas's motto is friendship.
Yeah, yeah. The most non-Texan fucking thing. So dumb, because I don't know. If you're not from Texas, Texas isn't like we're all nice to your face.
Yeah.
But like,
well, that's
we don't really like you.
Is because we have for the most part, a very courteous very surface courteous people, right? Like, one time I was at the post office here in town shipping out a package, and I held the door for an old lady coming in behind me, like, duh, and she was like, "That is so sweet. Ever since I got here into Texas, everyone's so kind to me." And I'm like, I just held a door. Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
That's just courtesy.
No, that's fucking manners. What do you mean?
Yeah.
Like, that's just normal.
Quit talking to me, you old bitch.
Up north. You go anywhere up north and you try to hold a door open for somebody and they're like, "Why the fuck are you holding the door open for me?"
Yeah, you're like, "'Cause I want to fight." There is a very small window to hold open doors for people, because if you get it too soon, then it's just weird. You know? Like, you're just standing there, and then you see them start doing a little speed up to try to get there.
You're totally right.
Look at him. He looks at me. I look at him.
Yeah, they just slowly walk towards the door, and you're just like,
but it's also that weird, somebody else is holding open a door that you're that just too far away, so you
gotta
feel
do the weird jog thing.
The weird jog fast walk thing.
Yeah.
And then you have the weird, you're going in a door, but somebody else is coming out of a door, so they're both kind of reaching for the door.
Yeah, you're both trying to hold the door.
So you pull back, but they pull back. And
then the door doesn't get open. It's just a weird time all around.
My favorite thing to do is if it's like an awkward distance away that somebody's holding the door open for me, like if I'm right there, I'll just walk through. But if it's like an awkward distance away, I'll just kind of walk, do that weird little soft run, walk thing up. And then I'll grab the door and let them go in. Just so they this motherfucker, dude. I spent that whole time holding the door open for him, and he held the door open for me. Psychological warfare, dude.
Right?
With kindness.
Do that, sometimes if you're walking out and they're about to get to the door, so you just give it a little push, so it opens up, so they have time to get it before it closes.
Yep.
But do you ever have those doors that have the short hinges on them or something, so you push it and it hits the hinge and then closes faster?
Yep.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I've done that before. You push it, or a door that's way too light, and you push it and it smacks the wall and just rebounds back closed real quick, and you're like, shit.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
God damn it. Now I feel like an asshole, but I'm just gonna keep walking, so.
Yep, my bad.
Man, the struggles of being polite, right?
Yeah, it has its awkward moments for sure.
Yeah.
And I'm just an awkward human being in general. Especially, dude, women fuck me up every time.
I can't do it. Fuck me up, what? See, I just never know how people will react, so I never want to go too hard in being nice, but I also don't want to come off like an asshole. So, I a lot of times just end up being weird. Somewhere in the middle.
Yeah, I actually asked Esteban if I'm annoying whenever I get drunk, and he was like, no, not really. He's just you get really fucking nice though. You want to help everybody with everything, and that's kind of annoying. I was like, oh, how so? He's like, you just don't give up. You're like, oh no, we can do it. You can go over. You can use all my tools and shit. And you I don't let it go. I'm like,
Yeah, you're like, oh, let's go remodel your house real quick. And you're like, what?
Calm down, dude.
Bro,
it's all good. We don't have to. It's not that big a deal.
Yeah. No, that's fine. At least we're all, nice people, so it'll be fine.
Yeah, right. At least we're not a bunch of dicks. I mean, at least for the most part.
Man, we saw have our video earlier of some people that were beating the shit out of this waitress because they told them that you had to pay extra for extra condiments.
Oh, you're talking about they're destroying that store.
Yeah, they're just up on the counter and fucking shit
up. Yeah, they're throwing
and,
shit at that person recording.
And I was just like, dude, it was it's just some fucking ranch or something.
Yeah, 25-cent condiment.
Yeah, if you don't want to pay for it, then don't pay for it. You don't gotta fucking attack people.
What the fuck
apparently
is
they got
wrong with
arrested and all that shit.
Good.
So good. Yeah, good. I hate it whenever people fucking get away with that kind of shit. Just being an asshole human being.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it was unwarranted as fuck. Like, fuck you. I
Right.
hope you go to fucking jail.
Like, it doesn't make sense to me how you could get so worked up over something so small and insignificant. Like, yeah, nobody likes to pay extra for some fucking gravy, but just don't pay for the fucking gravy. I don't.
Right, but would you rather like pay for it or not, or freak out and then go to fucking jail and have to pay a fine? Right, like, use your fucking brain.
Yeah,
It's
like,
not
why
that
do you gotta
fucking
escalate the
complicated.
situation?
Yep. No, that shit actually fucking bugs the piss out of me when people do that.
Goddamn reason.
Mm-hmm.
It's fine. People suck.
Oh, speaking of fucking TikToks, I saw a TikTok of this dude watching Starfield gameplay, and it was whenever they had one of the guns out, and it's literally the laser rifle from Fallout, and the jetpack like animation is the same fucking jetpack animation for the power armor.
Power armor. That
I'm
animation
like,
sucked ass too. So
yeah, everybody, and the fucking caption was like, Bethesda, please get a new engine. I'm tired of playing Fallout.
yeah.
And I was
playing
like,
the same goddamn game.
Damn, the feels.
Yeah.
Feels bad, man.
Well, that's kind of Bethesda's whole thing. Like, all their games been very similar.
Yeah.
Which is why I'm worried for Starfield.
Well, Skyrim was a big jump from Oblivion. Like, as far as like, just the feel and general like vibe of the game and the way it plays. They made some improvements here and there, and it was still pretty similar, but like just graphically and just all the controls and everything were so much better.
Yeah, I mean that's true, yeah, but it's still like, and you could also just say it's because they're the same franchise. They're both Elder Scrolls games, so of course they're gonna have similarities between them. But even like Skyrim to Fallout, there's a lot of mechanics in them that are pretty similar. Like, I heard one time somebody described Fallout as Skyrim with guns, and I'm like, yeah, that's kind of, yeah.
Yeah, I think the stealth in like the Elder Scrolls games is better than the Fallout games, but that's really the only thing I noticed that's like different.
Yeah, more or less. And I think that just kind of happens because Fallout is such a ranged-based game.
Yeah.
Where Elder Scrolls is kind of not. Like, I almost always play a ranged class in Elder Scrolls, but most people don't, so I don't know. I'm just worried for Starfield because I feel like it's just going to be Skyrim in space, and while I'll probably still play that, like give me something new.
Yeah, I don't know. I am kind of worried it's gonna flop because it just looks like No Man's Sky, but Fallout version.
Yeah, which, man, because I saw them talking about like some of the features, and they were like saying all this stuff about it, and every time they were describing something, it was like, oh yeah, that's just No Man's Sky, or oh, that's just from Elite Dangerous, or like
Our Citizen.
yeah, and I'm like, just do something else.
Yeah, they're a little late to the futuristic like exploration, like space exploration game.
Yeah.
That's been a pretty worn out thing already.
And why does it always seem like all of the big space exploration games like fail initially? Because like No Man's Sky, Elite Dangerous, like wasn't very popular until pretty recently, and it's just like, I don't know.
I mean, same with Star Citizen too. I mean, Star Citizen wasn't popular until recently because it was.
Yeah.
I mean, it's been out for a while now.
Oh, has it? I didn't even know it released.
Yeah, it's been out for a good while now, and it's just not. It didn't do too well, and
it overstayed its hype.
Yeah, I mean, but they've been building on it, and the thing is actually fucking lit now. But it's one of those things. I hate the too little, too late kind of games.
Yeah. Well, dude, that's like No Man's Sky. No Man's Sky now is phenomenal. It's a amazing game. It's really
good. Yeah. No Man's Sky turned out better.
They just released another update that added in shoot, knew it, but I don't remember what it was exactly. But added in a bunch of shit, and so I don't know. It's weird that Bethesda's trying to do this shit instead of just keep working on Elder Scrolls 6.
Yeah. Yeah, because I mean, everybody asked for a space exploration game. I guess I don't know.
I mean, I like it. I'm a sucker for space exploration games, but
see, I'm not
they're all
really.
pretty similar.
It's just it's so much. Like I get overwhelmed, I think, by it.
See, that's why I like them. Yeah, is because you get into the galaxy, and it's just like fucking have at it. And I'm like, hell yeah.
Yeah. See, I start to be like, what do I do? I don't know where to start.
Yeah, that's fair.
But that's just me. I mean, I'm kind of an idiot, so.
Yeah. Well, kind of on the similar of games that aren't doing a whole lot to innovate. Have y'all seen anything about the Skull and Bones game from Ubisoft?
Oh my god, didn't they announce that in 2017 or some shit?
Yeah, it's
like
releasing
5 fucking years ago.
I think it's releasing this year.
Yeah, it
this
is.
Year or next.
They said they're definitely going to release it because of some government subsidy issue that they're going through. They got subsidized by the government, so they have to release it no matter what.
I mean,
it's probably going to be trash.
Oh yeah, I knew it was going to be trash the whole time because I was very excited when they first announced it because it really did just look like Black Flag, like Assassin's Creed Black Flag.
Dude, I love Black Flag too. Yeah, I've seen the videos of it and it looks fucking dope.
It looked fucking dope as fuck. But then a couple years ago they released some gameplay footage and it was like the worst parts of Black Flag, because one of the best parts of Black Flag was interacting in the cities and boarding ships and taking them over and doing all these quests and stuff. But really, all
ship
it was,
combat was lit.
Yeah, but all it was you couldn't board ships, which everyone was pissed about because you can't have a pirate game and not board ships. What the fuck? And so then they basically trashed it and started over, which is I think one of the reasons why it's taken so long for them to get it out. But they just released a bunch of gameplay of it yesterday, the day before. They had a big live stream of it, and it looks pretty good. But I don't know. It's just I think they've lost their momentum, and it's probably not going to go well.
I just figure it's going to be broken. It's going to be broken as fuck because of they're going to have to release it before because they've said the development's been fucking messy.
Yeah,
it's been really messy.
I mean, that's just every Ubisoft game though. They always release as a pile of hot garbage. So.
Yeah. Apparently, Assassin's Creed Unity's made it come up.
Oh yeah, Assassin's Creed Unity. Basically, after the first 6 months after release, they had all the main issues figured out. But that first 6 months absolutely destroyed its reputation. So.
Yeah, it wasn't playable. I tried, and it was just fucking awful.
But other than that, man, I would say Unity because I love Assassin's Creed. I played them all multiple times. Unity, man, I think it has the best combat, the best parkour. It looks better than most of the other ones. It looks really good compared to a lot of the other Assassin's Creeds. And it's sad that it just got so shit on.
Yeah, I mean, that's what happens whenever they release it fucking dicked up like that.
As fuck. Yeah, especially because it had multiplayer in it, which I was so excited for because it was I think 3 was the first one to have multiplayer in it, but the way they did it in 3 was you all got dropped into an arena with a bunch of characters that looked just like you and were told to go kill the other players.
Dude, it was sick.
It was very
so awesome.
Yeah, I loved it. It was like a 5-minute little mission and then it was over. But then in Unity, it was
But it was all PvP though.
Yeah.
So.
But then Unity, it was it's 4 players. You're all working together to complete an assassination mission. You're doing an actual assassination together. And I'm like, this is fucking dope.
Yeah, it's. I don't know. I don't like the new Assassin's Creed games, Odyssey and fucking Valhalla. Miss me with that shit.
I like them, but
nope. Miss me with that RPG feel, that fucking abilities and shit. Nah. Let's get back to the nitty gritty fucking murdering people.
It's also the 15-year anniversary of Assassin's Creed, and they've been doing a bunch of stuff, and a lot of people are speculating that they're going to release a remaster of the first Assassin's Creed, which I'm excited for. But also, the first Assassin's Creed kind of sucked ass.
It did, but like, it was such a. It was like the most realistic though, as far as like being an actual assassin.
Yeah, I don't know, because even that one was like the combat was basically just mash 2 buttons the whole time, like counter kill, which a lot of them did.
Yeah,
but just the like, I don't think people remember how grindy that game was. It was bad.
I never finished it because it was so fucking hard.
Yeah, it's bad. But I'm still gonna buy it and play it. So. Dude,
of course you are.
I am Ubisoft and Todd Howard's wet dream because I buy every Assassin's Creed game and every Elder Scrolls game for every like edition they've released on. So. They just go to sleep at night dreaming like, yes, give me your money, Jeremy.
If Jeremy was a Rockstar fan, he would have bought fucking all of the GTA 5s that came out on every fucking platform.
Dude, I think I bought GTA twice.
I did.
Yeah, we did.
PC and Xbox.
And then I got it. I own it twice on my computer because I bought it once, and then I got it free on fucking Epic.
Yeah. Dude,
so I was like,
I like Epic only because I have like over 100 games on the Epic Game Store, and I've bought one of them. The rest were all free, and so
that's nuts.
It's great. Like, I've been playing the Batman Arkham series. I got all 3 of those for free off of Epic, so I never probably would have played them if it hadn't been given to me for free.
Yep.
I still haven't messed with the Epic Game Store. I think it's a scam.
Well, I'm scamming them because I got a bunch of free games, and I always forget to look at them because I don't ever fucking look at that fucking shit.
Yeah, fair. I try to log on every once in a while just to see if there's any good free games. Like, what did they just give out the other day that I was pretty excited for?
I don't fucking know. I don't look at that shit.
There was one I got like a couple weeks ago that I was like, I don't remember. I did get Car Mechanic Simulator off of there for free.
Hey, I've got that one. It's
fun. I've been playing that one. It's not bad.
Yeah, I like working on cars in that game.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the mouse though. The cursor moves way faster than your look sensitivity, and it fucking bugs me.
Yeah, it's not the most.
I fucking hate when games do that.
Yeah, it irritates the fucking piss out of me.
Yeah. Well, and also that game is interesting because the majority of the time, and I could just have missed something and I'm doing it wrong, but the majority of the time in that game for me is spent scrolling through the shop buying all the parts I need.
Yeah, that's a big time crunch, but you can once you unlock the tablet, it's way easier.
I mean, yeah, but it's still because I'll go through big part of it. Disassemble an entire engine and then put it all on the shopping list and just have to go through the 40 or 50 different pieces one by one, type them in the little search bar, buy the right one.
What you do is once you start making enough money in that game is you just keep a stock of parts. Yeah, you just
buy a bunch of pieces.
Yeah, and then once you get the repair bench, you can, and you upgrade it enough to where you can just repair everything.
On games like that, I cheat a lot, and so I use. Have y'all ever used Cheat Engine?
Nah.
So it's a program that you basically can just change any number in a game once you find it. So like the best example is money in pretty much any game. You just have to find, like, you search the program for that number, and then once you find it, you just change it to whatever value you want. So I'll just give myself like $2 billion, or I'll give myself 30,000 experience points so I level to the max immediately. So then I have all the best abilities. I don't have to, grind through all that shit.
Oh, but the grind is part of the fun, Jeremy.
I mean, I spend like 10, 15 hours grinding, and then I go, okay, I want all the... I want all the stuff. I'm tired of this. Like, I use it a lot on, what's the game? Some of the Total War games. Like, I'll just give myself a shit ton of money so I can raise the most beefy armies and just, roll over the entire world. Just because at some point, I just want to be a god. I want to grind.
It's fair enough, though. I mean, a lot of, like, I don't know. I know a lot of people who just, like, pretty much skip everything except for in game.
Yeah.
Like most people don't care about anything except for in game.
See, it's also weird because like I say that I don't like grinding, but my favorite part of any RPG is the beginning.
Same.
Like, I like Skyrim, Fallout, all of those. I play
I'd say
it
the
until
same
like
shit. I don't like grinding.
yeah, like but I'll play it till like level 20 and then I get bored because at that
Everything's
point
too easy.
yeah, everything's
like you're
too easy.
strong.
Yeah, and so then if I want to be a god, I can go in and just murk some people, but if it's no challenge, it's no fun.
I agree. Yeah, it's definitely starting out. Also, just like the beginning developments of a character are always the most like interesting and like fast.
Yeah.
Like I always feel like you're like that progression from like being just starting off from the beginning and then like to like mid level is always my favorite.
Having nothing to then being decked out in full armor and casting all these crazy spells and just having a grand old time.
Yes.
Well, I mean, I think we've talked about it before too, but I think just the beginning armor in pretty much every single game looks better than most of
Everything
the other armors
else.
in the game.
Because everything else is so like exaggerated.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure we've had that conversation multiple times. So I do want to ask you guys, what are y'all opinions about cheating in video games? Because when it comes to like multiplayer games, like especially like shooters, you know, deathmatch games, PvP games, I'm just like, yeah, that's just stupid. Don't do that shit.
I mean, so like developers put in a shitload of work on their games, and I have some level of appreciation for that. So I personally don't like to cheat in any kind of game to like bypass shit until I've played the whole game through at least once.
Yeah.
Right, like the way it's intended. But in multiplayer, yeah, no, you should never be doing that unless it's like a private lobby or something like that, because that just, I don't know, that's just kind of shitty. Like, also, how is that fun?
Yeah.
Like cheating in an online video game, I don't understand how that's fun at all because you just destroy everybody.
Yeah.
Like there's no competition, there's no effort you have to put in. You just literally let the cheats do all the work for you. It's like, okay.
Yeah, there's no fucking point in it to me.
All right, it's like a waste of time.
Yeah.
But see, I saw some people talking about it, and the reason that they said they liked doing it was because they would just stomp people. Like I think it's one of them said it's like, yeah, I like feeling like a god at these games. I like feeling, you know, like I'm the best, even though you're
right.
not.
Like, you want that instant gratification.
Yeah, but I think it's like, also part of it is it's not that you want to be the best. You want someone else to be worse than you.
I think it's also they just like, yeah, like they want to be able to beat these better players, but I don't know. There's just no like I don't see how that's fulfilling because you didn't do anything except for pay money or like download something to do that.
Yeah.
Right. Like I mean, yeah, good on you. You go for it, whatever you want to do. But like that just seems to me boring because I like the feeling of achieving it. Like I played enough to where I'm just better than everybody now.
Oh, okay, sure. Just kidding. I've accepted I'll never get to that point. So.
No, I haven't gotten to that point where I'm like better than anybody, but like everyone. But it's definitely one of those things where you're in like the upper echelon of players.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. It's
I've never cheated in an online video game before, so I don't know. Maybe once I taste that sweet glory, then I'll change my mind.
Yeah, the sweet taste of just being able to shoot everyone in the head from across the map through all the buildings.
Yeah, dude, that ecstasy.
Dude, one of the games that was the worst, and it was really the only game I've ever gotten actually pissed at cheaters, because usually I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, that sucks, whatever.
Yeah, same.
Was Tarkov. Did y'all ever play Tarkov?
Yeah, a little bit.
Dude,
wait, no, I don't think I actually have. I'm thinking of PUBG.
It's pretty fun. I liked it because it's kind of like you're saying. It's very challenging. It's a very realistic shooter. I mean, you know, it's not very realistic.
It's almost like DayZ.
Yeah, like it's in a lot of times it's one shot and you're dead. So you have to be very, you know, tactical going through. You have to make sure to pack the right armor. You have to bring in.
It's also a grind.
Yeah, and because you have to earn money, and you only have what you take in with you or what you find in there. And
unless you play as a scav, right?
Yeah, scavs, they start out with like some like real shitty armor usually, and they come in after all the other like normal players came in. So like basically their whole point is to go in and scavenge through all the dead players and get what they can and leave. Whereas all the players are trying to go in because they're like bosses in each level. There's like locations that spawn certain loot in each level. So you're trying to go in to get all the good shit and then get out still alive. But like if you die in the game, everything you have on you, you lose.
Yeah.
Like it's just gone. And so people cheat so much in that fucking game. And it's so annoying because you'll go in fully stacked out with like the best armor, the best weapons, bullets that cost you $40 a piece, like insane shit, and then somebody just shoots you from the other side of the map through a wall, and you're just like, all right, well, there goes a couple $1 million worth of gear. So
just all right, I hate it.
like, all right, I'm gonna get off. Bye.
Basically.
Yeah, I don't know. I have to use the restroom real quick. So I want y'all to describe or explain while I'm peeing. I want y'all to explain the interest hike, whatever the fuck you were saying. I don't remember.
Oh yeah, from earlier. Yeah, the interest rate hike. Yeah, that's kind of annoying. It's so they're basically trying to do an interest rate hike to fight inflation.
Yes.
Because what they're theorizing is they'll drive up inflation and they'll drive up interest rates. People won't be able to afford to do anything essentially. So we won't buy things. And we won't take out loans. We won't take just the flow of money will essentially like stagnate. Is like what
so they're looking to.
I'm guessing you did some research on it.
Yeah, a bit, just because I have to.
Yeah.
But they're looking to basically cause a recession to reset to reset inflation.
Okay, so kind of like forcing a standstill in the market for a little bit.
Yes.
That does sound kind of dumb. I mean, but I also don't understand blah 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 blah. I don't understand the economy enough to know if that's a bad move or not. I mean, it sounds like a bad move.
Well, essentially, people are saying it's not going to do anything. Like it's not going to work, because even the politicians have even stated in a like hearing or something that it's not going to do anything. Like they were like, is this going to help prevent? Is this going to help with inflation? Dude's like, not really. Is this going to help with the job problem? No, not really. Is this going to help drive prices down? Just everything like that. And he said, no, it's not really going to help any of that. And it's like, well, what's this going to do?
Then what's the point of it? Yeah.
Well, so it will start to drive prices down. It isn't like it'll be fixed in a year. It's like, no, it's going to take about 5 or 6 years to level back out.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just anything with the economy. Is it's anything you do now, you don't see the effects until 5-10 years in the future.
Well, that guy, what's his fucking name? A lot of people don't like him. Dave Ramsey.
Yeah.
He was saying like right now is the best time to buy a house in the next 5 years.
Oh, that sucks.
Yep.
It's impossible to buy a house right now.
Yep. That's what I kind of been like telling, because Noah and Hannah are looking to get in a house, and I was telling them basically like it's impossible right now.
Yeah, dude, my parents,
and it won't be possible for the next like 5 years.
I was talking with my parents, right? Their house is 4-bed, 3-bathroom with.
Ooh, I bet that thing is worth some money.
With a swimming pool in the back, a huge in-ground swimming pool, giant backyard, a metal building on the back lot, and then like huge front lawn. And they bought it for, I think they said 110,000, something like that.
Oh god damn!
And it's now worth over $500,000. Like,
yeah, it doesn't surprise me. Holy shit!
I'm like,
they bought everything for a fucking mint. Wish I could have been able to buy a house back then.
Fuck. I mean, this was 20 years ago, but still.
Well, yeah, but the crazy thing to think about is like those people with 30-year mortgages. Like there's people out there who just bought a house who are paying $2,500 a month for a $400,000 house that should really only be worth about $200,000.
Yep.
But then there's people on like year 28 of their mortgage that are paying $400 a month for a house at the time that they bought for 90 grand, but now it's worth 600 grand.
Yeah.
Jesus.
So it's this weird flipped, like, it's fucking weird.
Yeah.
It's just not right.
They're so throwing interest rates way up so that
basically to drive demand down.
Yes.
Basically.
And so it's because the housing bubble that went up, it overinflated everything. And this has to do with material costs, demand costs, all this sort of stuff. There's a whole lot of factors in it.
Yeah.
But it's going to be but it so basically they're throwing these interest rates to ungodly levels so that it forces the market to reset. They're basically fucking pushing and holding the power button on the market.
Do you think that'll work though? Because I think it might do like the opposite effect where, because all these big corporations are buying up the residential housing market, or just the housing market in general is being dominated by these big corporations.
Yeah.
So I don't think they're going to really give that much of a fuck about like these big interest rates as much as like they do. It doesn't
matter. They do,
but I mean, a normal person isn't going to even. It's not even going to be feasible, but it's still going to be possible for these big companies to.
Here's the thing about that.
Just a possibility.
Here's the thing about the high interest rate is at the housing bubble we're in. So like some of our houses 2 years ago, we were going to sell them for $169. Well, now we're selling them for $249. So it's $80,000 markup just because of material costs, a bunch of other factors. But you can't afford to pay high mortgage, high interest. Because so yes, the buying market is going to be way down. But it's going to force companies that want to stay in business to start lowering all of their, like, finding ways to cut their costs to get the housing price cheaper, so to offset that higher interest. Because you can't sell a house at $250,000 with 8% interest, but you can sell a house at $200,000 with 8% interest.
Yeah.
We have to find a way to push, and demand will go down just because of, so demand goes down, prices go down. So material is going to go way down because a bunch of people are going to stop building. Mm-hmm. So that'll ease up the bill for those builders on lumber, on brick, on roofing, on drywall. All of that's going to start coming back down because the demand's way down. So all of these companies have to start selling their stuff for less so that they actually make money and can sell stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, but I think what Nick is saying is more that not the companies selling it, but the companies buying the houses. So like with the increased interest rate, normal people can't afford a house, right? But these billion-dollar companies that are buying all the houses are like, well, now there's even more houses for us to buy. Let's buy them all.
They can't afford them either, unless they're just cash buying them.
Well, here's what they do. Well, what they do is they cash buy them, and then they raise up their the rent.
Yeah, they rent them out or sell them.
Rent prices are probably going to skyrocket after the interest rate hike, just because companies probably aren't going to stop buying these properties. Because I mean, the amount of revenue you can make from just having property and rental is insane. Because I mean, there's always going to be a need for housing.
Yes, but there are laws in place to, like, you can't charge fucking $3,000 for 1,000 square foot house.
Right, but they're going to charge as much as they possibly can. It just
Well, yeah,
we'll have to see for sure. Like, it's going to be one of those things. Like, nobody's going to really know what this, because what they think might be the lowest possible chance of happening might happen. Right? It's still not a 0% possibility. So I think it's going to be one of those things we're going to have to sit and wait and see.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm hoping it works and right, like it's going to do what it's supposed to do and drive demand down like it intends, because people just can't afford to purchase these things anymore, so they're going to have to sit tight and just wait for prices to come down, which is what most people are doing anyways.
And we've already seen that fuel's already been going down because it got so high. People said, I can't afford to drive anywhere, so they stopped driving, or they combined all of their errands into one trip. So instead of,
people stopped using as much fuel in general, right? Like the demand went down because price went too high.
Yeah, and so the price started coming down. It followed trend.
I mean, like I got the bike, and a lot of the people I know have gotten way more economical cars, so it's like there's not as high demand for gasoline anymore because people aren't going through it as quickly.
Yeah, and so that's what they're trying to do with the housing market, basically.
But it seems like we've already been there. Right?
Like it seems what 2008 was.
I know, but it seems like right now we're already there, right? Like it seems like prices are so high that nobody's buying houses except for, the filthy rich. So what is them increasing the interest going to do if no one's already not buying houses? There's a lot of negatives in there, but you get what I'm saying.
No, there was already a bunch of people buying houses. Like when it's slowed down a bit, but when interest rates were 1% and 2%, everybody and their fucking mom was buying a house. But as it starts slowing with the interest rate hikes. And so now that we're at a point where, so for every point you add on interest, it compounds on how much more money you have to make a year to buy a house.
Yeah.
So say on like $100,000 or a $200,000 house, at 2% interest, you only have to make 2 times that monthly payment. And I think monthly payment on that would be like $900 or something. Mm-hmm. But put that at 5%, so you would only have to make $1,800 a month to, air quote, afford that house. But then bump that to 5%, you now have to make $6,000 a month to afford that same fucking house.
Yeah.
And so that's why people are stopping buying, because they can't get approved for loans. Fair. And also, most of the big lenders are down like 67% on applications.
Dang.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, I'm not complaining.
I am. I want a house.
I just have I think we got our house at the fucking best time. I mean,
y'all bought at a perfect fucking time.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think y'all bought when interest rates were pretty much near their lowest.
Well, what sucks though is, like, doesn't interest rate fluctuate even after you've bought the house?
Depends on what kind of mortgage you have.
Okay. So I have no idea. But
there's fixed rate mortgages and there's flexible mortgages. The flexibles will vary with prime rate, but fixed usually it's whatever you signed is what you pay for the rest of that loan, unless you refinance.
Gotcha.
I don't know. Again, that's one of those things that's too adult for me at the moment. Even though I'm almost into my 30s and should or based on all the other generations, should have a house already.
Oh yeah.
See,
how you feel right now, Jeremy, is how I feel whenever I play No Man's Sky. Just overwhelmed.
Dude, honestly, though, that's why I go into the video games, is because I I know how to do that. I can start with nothing in a video game and become a billionaire. Where here in real life, I'm never gonna get there. So
you just need to play a video game that's based on like real life economics.
oh, man, me and Brandon have that conversation all the time about like
we do.
What if you could play like a video game and the money you made in the video game you actually got in real life? Man, we'd be loaded.
Yeah, no, we were talking about like what video game would you choose to like take your wealth from? And
Brandon said Farming Simulator, I'm pretty sure.
Probably. Either Farming Simulator or No Man's Sky, because I got like bajillions of fucking monies on that game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I wish we should just all become professional esports players. Do they have esports for RPGs?
No.
Because they should.
That's called Let's Play channels.
Fair. I could become a speedrunner, even though I'm really bad at speedrunning.
But I don't think speedrunners make like any money.
No. Well, even a lot of esports teams don't make a whole lot.
Like if you're playing like Counter-Strike or Dota or League, fuck, dude,
yeah,
they make
like
hella money.
Three of the billions of esports leagues.
True, yeah, true.
I don't know, the
just don't pick a lame one.
The money's definitely getting some nice big old titties and going to Twitch.
There you go, Jeremy. Just get some big old titties.
I have titties. God,
but get bigger titties.
Yeah, I'll just go eat some more cake.
Those are barely B cups, Jeremy. We need you with some fucking G's.
Actually, I am kind of curious what my breast size is. I mean, they're a decent handful, you know. Like you can get a nice little cup.
God damn it!
I got A cups. I got solid A cups.
Oh, Sam.
me and Noah and Sam were talking about it, and Sam was like, "I've got like A- cups."
Shit.
And me and Noah got them A cups.
Oh, nice.
Well, if Nick's got A cups, I got B cups. And if I got B cups, Jeremy's got D's.
And D's nuts.
Got him. Where I was going with that joke.
Have y'all... I keep getting asked. Everybody keeps fucking asking me if I've seen Top Gun 2. Have you guys seen it?
No. I didn't like the original
telling me
Top
it's
Gun.
Sick. Everybody keeps telling me Top Gun 2 is sick and I need to watch it. And I'm like, fuck, you're making me want to watch it, but I hate going to the fucking movie theater.
Yeah.
I fucking hate movie theaters.
How could it be any better than the original one? Which, as I just said, the original wasn't even that good.
I've heard, kind of mixed. Like some people say it's better than the first one. Some people say it's just as good. Like I haven't heard anybody say it's worse though than the first one. Does it
still have Tom Cruise?
Yeah, I think so. I think he's like the instructor
old now.
He still looks like he's 20.
Tom Cruise looks exactly the same as he did in the first one. He's part of the. He's a Scientologist, dude. They don't age.
Yeah, they believe in immortality.
Yeah, dude. Fucking L. Ron Hubbard here, fucking sending them radio waves to them to keep them young.
Hasn't that dude been dead for like a long time? But it's like no one can prove that he's dead, and the Scientologists are like, no, he's fine.
No, apparently he got abducted by aliens. Apparently he got abducted by aliens, and the aliens are going to come back for us.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, that's what Scientologists believe. They're like, Elron will come back with the aliens, and they're going to take us to the Paradise Planet or some bullshit. I don't know. Some fucking crazy culty shit.
Scientology is like one of those things that I really want to do like a deep dive into to like learn about and like see what they actually believe. Just because I want to
get fucking
become indoctrinated
and be indoctrinated.
Yeah, but then I found a new family, so then what's the problem there, you know?
I don't know if I'd call it a family.
A parasitic one, maybe.
Yes.
Well, because I listened to the Cult podcast, really good podcast. You should listen to it. They've been doing a lot of topics about Mormonism recently, and like I knew Mormonism was like it was weird, but I didn't realize how weird it was.
Yeah, no, being Mormon is fucking weird.
Yeah, because it's literally just like in the 1800s or something. Some dude was like, I found a golden plate in the dirt that said, I am the new god, basically, and you should all listen to me. And people were like, all right, cool, let's go.
Yep. Because
Okay,
wasn't
let's go.
L. Ron Hubbard like just some? He was just a normal dude who like I think did fiction writing or some shit.
Yeah, he was a sci-fi writer.
Yeah. Yeah. Apparently, like though he died, and like the Scientology like church like because I don't know if he founded it. Did he?
I'm pretty sure he did.
So, Jeremy,
Yes.
go ahead and do your deep dive because I know you won't get indoctrinated
Why not?
because your bank account doesn't have
yeah.
zeros in it.
Oh yeah, don't they?
Zeros
Don't
in
you?
front of it, not behind it.
Yeah, they take like
Don't they?
full financial control over your life.
Yeah, like don't you have to like support them like the church financially like a lot?
Yeah. Ooh, well,
Yes.
like, dude, a lot of like religions and cults do that because another ones they were talking about on that podcast I was listening to is the 12 tribes, which is still active today, where they like basically ask all their members to live on their communes, and whenever you move into their communes, you have to sign over like all of your financial rights to them, and then you have to work in all of their factories and restaurants that they own. And they take all the money out of your bank account and then give some of that money back to you as payment, and then take some of that back for like housing and board.
So the government.
Pretty much, yeah, but to an extent where you're making like $30 a month and working in a factory since you're 12.
Conspiracy confirmed.
Government is cult.
Yes, the U.S. government is a cult.
No, the U.S. government is a gang that we pay for protection.
Fair, yeah.
That's all it is. That's all a government is. That we do what they say we're allowed to do, and then we pay them for protection.
Yeah, kind of.
And if we don't pay them, and if we don't do what they tell us,
Yeah,
they either kill us, or they put us in jail.
Yeah.
So the government's just one big fucking gang that we're all just like, oh, okay, I guess we're okay with this.
Oh,
yeah,
cool. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. We all agree to it. See, this is why I should become a Scientologist, because at least then it's my choice to be a Scientologist.
Unless you get brainwashed, then it's not.
I have always wanted someone to try to brainwash me. Sounds weird.
Dude, that's like, well, y'all were talking about how like all these churches involve a lot of money, so I want to kind of go back to that because Catholicism and Jehovah's Witnesses, they fucking like are super judgmental about the way you dress.
Oh yeah.
Like if you show up to church in Jehovah's Witness or Catholicism, they're like they don't like it if you don't show up in like your Sunday best.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what the fuck? Isn't this supposed to be like not materialistic, no judgment, like, you know, be your true self here, like
no, you be our version of yourself.
Right, you be what we want you to be,
exactly.
Okay?
Yeah, basically all religion is a cult and the government is a bigger cult. And we should secede from the United States and make our own country.
Texas is working on it, 2023.
Yeah, but that's all based on a lie. That
bro, have you looked?
We can't even secede to begin with. So.
No, yeah, but have you looked at their like propositions and
shit? The like Republican
Dude.
Party's list of what they want to do.
It's fucking
fucked,
like
man.
It's very fucked. It's like fucking 1800s level of fucked.
It's like we want all schools to worship God, the one true religion of America.
That's not even the worst of it.
Yeah.
They're like trying to remove like the rights of women and shit to even like vote.
Yeah, they're trying to remove women's suffrage because weren't they trying to say the amendment that gave women's suffrage? They're like, technically it was only agreed to be in effect until 1979 or something, and so now like it's not in effect anymore.
Yeah. And same thing with like just human rights for like minorities and shit. Like, yeah, it's like super fucking like intense. And I don't know because they're all kind of like vague to a point to where they could just be like saying like, oh, well, all this stuff expired, so we need to re-up it.
Yeah, but they ain't.
Right. That's what I'm kind of like. I don't feel like they are, but I'm kind of trying to give the benefit of the doubt here. Like
that's like a lot of the. All right, I'm ready. Hit us, Brandon.
brilliant idea.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's secede. Just
I'm
us.
down. Yeah, just us. We'll start our
completely pointless
point
nations.
country.
Our country borders are a circle.
Yeah.
Yes.
But country has to be spelled CUNTRY.
Yes.
No, it's gonna be Cumtree.
Oh, okay, nice.
CUNTRY.
TREE.
Cumtree.
Cumtree.
Come point Cumtree. That's so dumb. I love it.
The best idea we've ever had.
Oh my god. So could you even if you wanted to, could you even start your own country?
So Sam's parents live in an area that's unincorporated territory. So technically it
So no
isn't
one owns
part
it?
of the US.
What the what?
Let's go there.
Yeah,
start our own country.
the Plano Police Department has no jurisdiction there, and neither does anyone. Yeah, it's completely unincorporated territory. I don't think anybody's claimed it.
Interesting.
But someone owns it. Like a guy named Billingsley or something owns that property. But it's I don't know how the fuck it works if y'all want to look up unincorporated territory or something. But it's super weird, and I had never heard of it until I met Sam. But basically, they have no laws on their property. There's you can do whatever they want. They shoot all. It's on an airport too. It's like a private airport. It's fucking weird. It's called Air Park. It's super crazy.
Let's go there and start our own country.
I'm kind of I don't think you could, because they would just fucking terminate that shit instantly. Yeah. But
Probably. Well, but what? They can't stop us. I mean, they can.
They can afterwards. After you enact it, then they're like, "Oh, okay, your own country, get fucked."
Yeah, we declare war on you, and you're like, "Oh, fuck."
We surrender.
Yeah, but then all we got to do is the three of us go hide somewhere. Even if we just kill one person and the three of us, hide forever, technically our country's had no casualties, so we're winning the war, all right?
Jesus Christ.
We're going back to guerrilla warfare, but it's just us three. But then if any of us do die, it's shit, they've taken out a third of our population. Fuck, we gotta step it up.
Well, I mean, we'll have at least 5 population.
That's true. So boom. Then we've only lost a fifth of our population.
And 6 population in December.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, boom, there we go.
So as long as, if we did make our own country, as long as we lasted longer than a day, we would not be on the bottom of the list of or the top of the list of countries that lasted the shortest amount of time.
Yeah.
Because the countries that lasted the shortest amount of time were the Sultanate of Zanzibar, Republic of Crimea. So one of them is Sultanate of Zanzibar, and the other one is Republic of Crimea, which those two only lasted a day. And then the Russian Democratic Federative Republic, which only lasted 6 hours.
Huh.
So as long as we last for longer than 6 hours,
we're good.
Fucking good. We at least did better than those shitholes.
Yeah, we ain't at the bottom. God, that would be so dumb. Just us hiding in a desert somewhere, we're our own country.
Yeah. Just do it out in fucking West Texas, dude. There ain't nothing out there. No one will give a shit. They're like, yeah, you can have that. They ain't worth anything.
For reals.
We are the United Front of Pointlessness.
Visit our country.
We just have a single lemonade stand. Yeah.
Our GDP is $5.
God damn it.
Anybody that walks up to it, I need to see your passport.
Right, hold
You're
on
our property. Send in the drones. Just literally one drone.
Not even a good one, the little $5 toy drone.
Yeah. It's just a toy helicopter we got from the mall.
I've got a DJI Mavic Mini.
Yeah,
oh damn! Oh
that's
god!
for strategic strikes, Brandon. We can't bring that out for just some basic border disputes. So.
Brandon's over here blowing the budget in 2 seconds.
Man, our country's already doomed to fail. Shit.
No, that's current. That's current wealth flowing into the country.
You're right.
Because I already own it, so it will be then turned over to country use, and so both of y'all could use it too.
Well, so basically, what you're saying is, if we just start our own country, take everything we own now, and just steal it into our new country, we're already in the positives, baby.
Yeah.
Haven't paid for nothing. Have all this product. All right.
We start not paying taxes to the government.
Well, we'll have to pay taxes to each other.
Well, yeah. We just have to just have a country savings account that we just put $5 a month in.
Savings account? What do you mean? It's one of our mattresses. We keep all our money under.
We open an account at Texas National Bank. God damn it.
No, because then we have to make our own currency, because we can't just use the fucking US dollar, because we're not part of America anymore.
True. So it would definitely be euros, right?
Our currency would have to be little balls.
Becomos.
Beads. What if our currency was beads?
But pretty beads?
We'll just go bottle caps.
Yeah, and the prettier the bead, the more valuable it is.
Bottle caps.
No, it has to be pointless. Everything in our country has to be pointless. We live in balls. We drive balls. Our currency is balls.
No corners.
We eat balls.
We eat balls.
We drink balls.
Our national food is just meatballs.
Our national food is meatballs. Our national drink is boba tea.
National animal would have to be an armadillo, but only when it's curled.
You just have to drink it out of the cup. You can't use the straw because that's too pointy.
I love the specificity of how specific Jeremy was. Our national animal is a fucking armadillo, but only when it's rolled up. So as soon as that fucker unfurls, we boot that bastard out of the country.
We have to come up with a new name for the armadillo, but when it's curled up, and that's our new animal. So when it uncurls, it's an armadillo. And when it curls up, it's a balladillo, yeah.
Armadillo turns into a balladillo.
Sounds like a Pokemon evolution.
Balladillo.
Oh fuck! It's so stupid. Jesus Christ! How did we get here?
Our national flower will be pon-pons.
Pon-pons.
I've never had a pon-pon. That's one of those things that I see in shows that I'm like, that looks really fucking good. But then I feel like if I have it in real life, I'm gonna be disappointed.
Are you talking about a bonbon?
Yeah, you're talking about a bonbon.
What are pon-pons?
Pon-pons are a plant. They're like a flower, right?
They're the flowers I sent, but then also they're the thingies that cheerleaders use.
Oh, those are pom-poms.
Yeah, you said pon-pon.
Fuck all these words. These are pom-pons.
Oh, pon-pon.
With a
P-O-M-P-O-N.
Are you confused yet? Because I think you are.
Penis Oscar Nick.
Penis Oscar Mike. Penis Oscar Nick.
God damn it.
Oh, I'm glad you used penis.
Of course.
Yeah, because that's the first word, of course, that came into your mind.
What's that alphabet called?
Phonetic for P.
Yeah, the phonetic alphabet. Yeah.
What is it?
I don't know.
Papa.
Papa? Is it Papa?
I don't think
it's Papa.
Is it?
No, it's Papa.
I don't think it is. I think you're lying to me.
Morse code and phonetic alphabet. P is Papa. I just did. I'm on Google.
Yeah, but Google lies. No, I don't think that's. It probably changes
Papa.
Based on every fucking.
So
it's Papa.
The New York Police Department version P is Peter.
Right, but NATO uses Papa.
Phonetics. The regular phonetic is Papa.
I feel like Papa's a weird one to choose. I feel like there'd be better words like pterodactyl. Or psycho.
You're an idiot.
Pterodactyl.
You're an idiot.
God damn.
I mean, but we all know that pterodactyl starts with a P, and it's a very distinct word, so you would never get it confused.
You're an idiot.
Jesus Christ.
I think I'm a genius, but to each their own. Alright, so anyways, to take it back to some sort of actual conversation and not just
wasn't there something else we were going to talk about? Jesus Christ, this is spiraled out of control.
Yeah, it did. Did y'all hear about the Georgia Guidestones being bombed?
Yeah, apparently a lot of people are saying that it could have been the time capsule inside that had an explosive in it or some shit. I don't know.
No.
That's like a conspiracy theory,
Yeah,
but it's not. It's not. Well, because one of the stones blew up from I think a foot or foot and a half up from the ground. So I don't think it was anything, in there.
But they also have security footage of a car coming and someone getting out and planting a bomb. So.
Oh, there you go.
But anyways, what more interesting to me is they're not sure why they bombed it or who bombed it because their face is covered in the surveillance. But a couple of days before it was bombed, this I don't know if she was a senator, someone running for office in Georgia had an interview, and she said that the stones were satanic, and part of her platform was going to be to tear them down for God-fearing Christians. And then a couple of days later, someone bombs it, and so now she's all like, "It wasn't me," and so now it definitely was her. And I just think it's a hilarious situation because the stones themselves.
Wait, so they're thinking it's a senator?
Think so. I think it's a senator, some lady.
Some kind of
politician.
They're saying some politician fucking did it though.
Maybe. No. She enticed her followers to do it by saying the stones were satanic.
How are they satanic? That's so fucking dumb.
Well, that's what I think is even funnier about it, is that the stones, so they don't actually know who paid for the stones. It was commissioned by an anonymous person or persons that only went by the name R.C. Christian. And
you're going to say RC Cola.
No, RC Christian. Close. I don't know what the RC stands for.
RC Christian.
And
Rich cock.
Probably. Yeah. But so they paid for this sometime in the 1900s. I don't fucking remember. And it's supposed to be a monument to give guide rules to people who survived the apocalypse.
Yeah, the whole thing on it, the main thing that I took away from it is a population of under 500 million, and there's a bunch of shit on it, and they were all in 4 different languages, Latin, and
I think there was
some
6.
other.
It was the main ones is English, Swahili, Hindu, just a bunch of random languages. But all of the the first couple of rules are basically just eugenics. Keep the population at a certain level. You need to reproduce so that we become more fit and more beautiful.
Darwinism.
Yeah, pretty much. And so, but basically none of them, nothing in there is satanic. And so just the fact that some lady got on an interview, I think it was a late night show too, got on there, was just yeah, this is satanic, and then a couple days later someone went and blew it up.
Dude,
so
what we ought
American.
to do, we need to do a social experiment and see if we can get some kind of religious group to destroy something just by saying it's satanic.
Oh, absolutely, dude.
Hey, did you guys see this thing here in this state and how satanic it is? And people are how is it satanic? It just is, bro. Look at it. Get them all riled up.
I mean, that's with Dungeons and Dragons, because that's satanic, so.
Oh, yeah.
We get someone to go blow up the Wizard of the Coast headquarters.
I'm so curious to meet one of these people who feels that strongly about this stuff being satanic and just ask them why they think that, and then whenever they give me their reason, be like, nah, bro, you're looking way too far into it. It's just a fucking board game.
I mean, because it even, I think one of the rules in it that it said was I mean, there were a couple basically just be fair to everyone, have fair laws, be kind. There's something about rule faith and tradition respectfully or like some shit. Like you can tell it was made by a Christian, and so like why are they blowing it up? Like,
the guy who made it sitting there like, these fuckers!
What the shit? This was for
I
you!
paid so much money for that shit, and look at how cool it was, and you just go and destroy it. He literally did it just because it looks cool, and it's something like mysterious.
I mean, it might, I think even some of the rules at the very end were basically like, respect nature, don't be shitheads to nature. So that, that's pretty satanic if I do say so myself.
Yeah, dude. Preserving nature is satanic as fuck.
Exactly. Nature. We only believe in humans. What them plants got to do with this? I don't know. I just think it's so dumb that somebody actually went and bombed this thing for, like, pretty much no reason.
Well, Sam is probably my most conservative, like, Christian friend I have. And he was all excited that they blew up.
Oh, really?
Like, yeah, he was like, good riddance. I was like,
right.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't understand.
I don't agree with most of the things that they said. Because, again, the first half of it is just eugenics, which is controlling the population through, like, extreme reproduction method. Yeah, selective breeding, basically. And so, yeah, I don't really agree with that. But also, it's just some fucking stones in the middle of the desert somewhere that probably wouldn't even survive the apocalypse if it happened. So.
See, I don't know. I kind of don't disagree with, like, that kind of thought process of, like, selective breeding because, like, we do it with animals. And, I mean, it's sometimes for the worse, but a lot of times for the better. Like, we'll create these fucking awesome breeds of dogs. They're just, like, immune to everything, super strong, super smart, just ridiculously athletic.
But then also somebody created the fucking pug.
I get that. I totally get that. See, but I mean, we have some human beings that are very pug-like. Let's be real. I mean,
like most we might
we may benefit from a little bit of selective breeding.
Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong, I suppose, but I also just think it's kind of it's a slippery slope thing, right? Like once you start, who decides what's the best genetics to reproduce for?
Right.
So
well, physical fitness, intelligence, and like reproductive strength.
Yeah, but there's so many different types of physical fitness.
It's general physical fitness.
I don't know. I just think it's when you start trying to decide on it, then you start becoming, because like, what's to stop someone from going, all right, we're only going to reproduce so people are fit, and then someone goes, but you know what's the best hair color, genetically speaking, is blonde. So we're also only going to reproduce for blonde people. Like,
you know what the best eye color is? Blue.
And then it pans over, and the dude's mustache falls off on either side of his nose, so he's left with the Hitler stash. I'm like, Adolf!
If he knew you were typing in Argentina.
No, it's the descendant of Hitler. His new name is Alfred.
Alfred.
I was gonna say it's his descent. It's the descendant of Hitler. Hotler.
Oh wait, no. We have to. What would be an Argentinian name? Argentinian name.
I don't know.
Because they would have to descend from Argentina.
Like racist.
Right, but they would. Yeah. Andre. I don't know.
I don't know enough. I feel like I knew someone from Argentina. I mean, her name was Andrea, but she was also white. I don't know. They moved. Whatever. Anyways.
Well, is Argentina Hispanic technically, or no?
It's South American.
South American. So
what do you count as Hispanic though? Because isn't it if you're from Spain or from Mexico, you're Hispanic?
If you're from Spain or Mexico, born in the U.S., you're Hispanic.
Oh, is it specifically only Mexico and Spain though, or is it like?
Is it?
Well, if you're Latin American.
What determines that? Is Argentina not Latin? I'm like
they are Latin.
So then you would be Hispanic if you were like so if you would be a Hispanic if you were from like Argentina and like if your parents were from Argentina and you were born in America,
no,
you would technically
be Latin American.
Well, then how do you? Yeah, sure. Man, I'm just confusing myself. I'm not trying to be like racist or anything. I'm just trying to fucking understand it. Yeah. I'm just curious more than anything.
I mean, that's fair because I've never thought about it. I just know that I put other or white on all the forms I fill out, and then boom.
Yeah, same. Even though I've never like looked up my history, my ancestry, so there's not really a way to tell that.
I mean,
except for by looking in the mirror.
I'm just a mutt. Just all
Same.
European nations, mashed together in one white body. So
my mom did it, and she's like mostly like I think Spanish, Irish, and like British or something like that.
Yeah.
But we do have some Spanish in us, a little bit, a little touch.
A little touch of Spaniard.
That's what gives me my spice,
That's why I'm blander than mayonnaise. So.
I was gonna say what fucking spice did they use? Salt.
Paprika.
Paprika. I hate you.
Definitely wasn't goddamn fucking cayenne or anything. I ain't that spicy.
Oh, dude, I love cayenne. I put cayenne in everything.
Same, dude. Cumin, cayenne, and garlic in some fucking
Chili
ground
powder?
beef with some beans.
A little bit of chipotle.
Yes.
Dude, why?
A little bit of chipotle.
Why
dude, chorizo
is
like my favorite breakfast like meat too, like or like combo thing. Oh, chorizo fucking hits.
Why is it that it seems like every other country has better food than us?
Yeah, but we do every other country's food better than they do, though.
Do we?
A lot of times. Just because we have better access to, like, just everything. And we get people from those countries who come here.
Or make it for us.
Granted, it's probably way more authentic in those countries, in the originating countries, but...
I just feel like every other country's food is just at the very least more... Like, they just have more flavors.
I feel like, well, isn't like
you ever seen what fucking the British eat?
Okay, but
dude. They
we're
eat beans
basically
on
the same country
bread for breakfast, though. Like, nah. The UK has shit food. I'm not even gonna. I'm not even gonna like play around. The UK has the worst food.
Yeah, but where do you think we got it from?
At least we're not as white as people from the UK.
Oh yeah, holy shit, enjoy some beans on toast.
Beans on toast.
Yeah. Fucking beans and bread for breakfast. That sounds fucking like it's like baked beans too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not even like
there's like nothing savory about it.
Beans, it's
or like ranch style beans.
Yeah, it's just sweet ass fucking baked beans, baby.
I'm like, yeah, sweet beans on bread. Oh yeah.
Sweet beans.
My beans.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I don't know, but still, us and England, basically the same countries.
No.
You can draw another similarity between shitty ass leaders.
Isn't the UK like the size of Texas?
Smaller,
No.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, Texas takes up like half
most of Europe, doesn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, like a lot of Europe.
Yes.
A very large country. But man, did you
like the South American countries are apparently like fucking huge.
Yeah.
Like the US pales in comparison to like the size of South American countries.
And isn't it also like Russia and I think China and them, like the way the map is drawn isn't actually the scale most maps
you see. Russia's not that big.
Russia isn't as
China's not that big.
What is it, Greenland or Iceland?
Not that big. Greenland.
Yep. Because it kind of goes up onto the top of the...
It's like near Canada, right?
Yeah.
No, it's Greenland.
Yeah.
Greenland is only like the size of like Texas.
Yeah, I don't know. It's weird.
And if you look at a map, it's fucking huge on a map. But Greenland is tiny.
Yeah.
It's not that big, and the U.S. isn't that big. Like Brazil is huge in comparison to the U.S.
Yeah, because it's like right on or closer to the equator, so it's like spread out more.
And a lot of the reason for this too is because the things that are usually higher up on any given thing are more often than not deemed superior. So it kind of goes back to racism because this the current map was created by some dude who was like super racist or something a long time ago.
Yeah, so, but that was just everybody a long time ago.
Nah, facts. I mean, people are still racist today. Like, and it's funny because people always like look at the U.S. and claim that we're like the most racist country in the world, but we're also the most fucking diverse. Like, you go to any other country, like in Europe or like in Asia, and they're like a lot of what is it? Fucking landlords in Japan have a no foreigners policy.
Yeah, I was gonna say every country is kind of racist. We're all kind of racist. Humans suck.
It's just so funny how U.S. gets that stigma of being super racist whenever we're literally the most open-minded country in the world, as far as diversity goes.
Yeah, I would say. But
or the most welcoming country, one of the most welcoming countries to foreigners.
I think it's also just because we're very news-centric. Makes sense. Like we're one of the bigger, one of the more talked about countries, and we're very public with our news, and our news is very radical in most of the time.
Yeah, well, the U.S. is fucking radical at all, like all the time, anyways. I mean, Jesus Christ.
You'll have both a left and right newspaper running the stories about the same thing, and they will have exact opposite accounts of what happened. One will be like, local man saves 3 children from a fire, and the other one's like, local man murders 15 kids and only saves 5. And it's like,
local man saves kids from a fire. Local pedophile fucking steals children while building burns.
Right?
Yes.
So it's like,
fucking radicalism.
Yep.
But I also think there's just part of it is a lot of countries, and we do it too to other countries, is we go, but, we're not as bad as they are over there, and kind of like pushing the blame off, so.
At least we're not the fucking UK, dude. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Dude, the whole shit with fucking Boris Johnson, it's been
that cracks me up
hilarious,
so much.
Man. Did you
see? My god, what an idiot.
Did you see the video of when he's in, like, one of their court hearings or something, and he's, like, answering questions, and somebody asks him, like, what will it take for you to resign? And he's like, I came here to do my job to the best of its ability. And, like, everyone, and this is, like, all of their senator equivalents just start laughing. Like, they're just cracking up, like in the middle of this government hearing, and it's so funny, dude.
You're like, oof, you really are disliked here, I can tell.
Yeah.
You're you're Zoidberg. Boris is the fucking Zoidberg of the UK political system.
Oh, well, to also make fun of America a little bit, did you see the clip of Biden reading off stage directions from his teleprompter?
Yeah. Repeat next line.
Yeah, he was repeat, end quote, repeat last line. And I was like, oh, no, dude, come on.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Which I have no problem. Like, here's my thing. I have no problem with them reading off a teleprompter because there's a lot of shit. They have to do a lot of speeches and remembering a lot of shit. Yeah. Right. I get that. I have no problem with that. But the fact that he's so, like, incoherent and, like, disconnected from, like, act like he's so fucking incoherent. Like,
Joe.
I know, dude.
Sleepy Joe, Bumbling Joe, fucking old Joe.
Old Joe. Some stale cup of coffee over there.
Yeah, he's stale white bread.
I was going to say stale piece of white bread.
I'm just saying coffee because, cup of Joe coffee.
Nah, he's more like a stale saltine. I can imagine.
Clever, Jeremy.
Dude, yeah.
It went straight over me in Nick's head.
What'd you say?
I said coffee because it's like a cup of Joe.
Oh my god. I fucking hate you. That's the most, like, convoluted dad joke of the world. A stale cup of coffee. That's our president.
Yep.
Old Joe.
Yeah. See, I think the world would be better if we all just laughed at everyone else's, or at our own problems.
We do.
We do. Most people don't.
A new insult I'm gonna use. You know what?
Cup of coffee?
No, you're like the glass of water on the nightstand the next morning.
Dude, I don't know that. That fucking
You're the
glass of
two
water.
end pieces of bread.
The fucking glass of water is fire after a late night of drinking. All right. You wake up and you just like down a whole cup. Whew, it's good.
No, you know what's really the best is if you fucking got hammered the day before, and I like to keep around like the fucking Essence sparkling waters because they're fucking dank, and so like you open one of those, take a sip from it, and pass out. And wake up either in the middle of the night or the next morning, and that fucker's flat. That's flat as fuck, and you just chug the whole thing. You're just like, ah, yes.
That's so good.
That's the best.
The Essence.
Because it tastes good still, but it's just flat, so it's not as exciting.
It's like water without pizzazz.
I'm that white. My sparkling water excites me.
Man, no, I can't.
Takes that first drink of sparkling water. Why is it spicy?
that's the spicy I can handle. Sparkling water.
Oh god.
Man, that's some spicy water, dude.
Jalapenos, you trying to kill me?
Oh, dude, I love jalapenos. They're so good.
Same, dude. I'll fucking eat a whole jar of just sliced jalapenos.
Dude, you know what's real good? You take a jalapeno and you like char it on like a grill or something.
Some good roasted jalapenos.
See, what I want to try and do.
Opinion. I do not like pickled jalapenos.
Oh, I do.
I do too.
I like pickled anything.
But one thing I've wanted to try is take and do like the bacon wrapped jalapenos that are stuffed with cream cheese.
Mm-hmm.
Cook some like ground sausage or some ground beef, and then like season it and everything, and mix it in with the cream cheese.
It's lit.
And then stuff it, dude.
It's lit.
That sounds so much better than just cream cheese.
Yeah.
Oh, they're fucking lit. I've done them before, and they're fucking lit. I've also done it with bell peppers. Those are real good too.
Did you smoke them or did you just cook them on the grill?
No, smoke them.
Oh yeah, that sounds goddamn. You make me
fucking hungry.
We did bell peppers one time, and we seared off the ground beef to give it a little bit of texture, and then we mixed it in with cream cheese, cheddar cheese. We spiced it up.
You fucked it.
Chopped some bacon in it. Threw that in there, and then stuffed it into a bell pepper, and then smoked all of it together. Oh, bruh.
Damn.
That's good shit.
That's a whole meal right there.
Oh yeah.
Damn, dude. Bell peppers are lit too. Red bell peppers, awesome.
See, another controversial opinion. Fucking red and yellow and orange bell peppers fucking suck. Green bell peppers are the way to go.
No. Fuck you.
I do not like the taste of anything other than green bell peppers. They just taste weird to me.
Green bell peppers taste weird to me. They taste kind of like
green bell peppers just taste like peppers.
Kinda, yeah. They taste like grass. They taste like a peppery grass.
Yeah, so I'm just a cow apparently. I like that peppery grass.
Spotted like one.
I mean, yeah.
That's all your freckles are. It's just you slowly turning into the cow you are.
Gerald, there is a cow outside.
I live on a cow
farm. Of course there's gonna be cows outside.
I love that line, dude. It's so good.
Man,
gonna have cows outside.
TikTok.
Just the way he says it.
No. Dude, TikTok has probably been. I love TikTok because the government hates it.
Yeah, I mean they kind of have a reason for hating it.
Fuck them.
Kind of.
What's the reason?
They're mining information.
Yeah, that's what they think. I don't think they are, but
what information are you gonna mine from fucking? Yeah, they don't already know that isn't already over the internet.
Yeah, they're probably not mining for anything that all the countries in America are already mining for. So.
Right?
Yeah, like we have so much shit posted on YouTube about our military and shit like that. Like it's, I don't think there's anything to learn from TikTok. I think it's just a money grab.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, that's the thing. That's what I think they're mining for. Is just to advertise, just to get money out of us.
Yep.
Oh yeah. It's just like, this guy likes watching big titty girls just do random shit.
Yep. This guy likes cars.
Dude,
and for some reason, he's on ADHD TikTok. ADHD talk.
I feel like everybody is on ADHD TikTok now. Like,
dude, right? I am.
Like, because it gives me that shit all the time, and then things where they describe, and I'm like, oh yeah, I do that sometimes. But I think that's just a thing people do. I don't think.
No, yeah, I'll see those where they're like, if you might have ADHD if you do these things, and I'm like, I do all of those often.
Yeah.
Maybe I have ADHD, and I'm like, well, I've made it this far without knowing, so I guess I'll remain clueless.
Right.
Ignorance is bliss.
We're fine.
Right.
It's that the meme of the dog sitting in the room that's on fire. Yeah. This is fine.
He is.
Pretty much, yeah.
That's life, dude.
I don't know. That's what China's trying to do. Is they're trying to they're trying to brainwash us all to think we have ADHD, so that we all get drugged up or something. I don't
fucking know. It's pharmaceutical companies are over here paying these TikTokers to make ADHD videos.
Yeah, so we'll go to our doctor.
We're playing checkers while they're playing 4D chess.
God damn it.
Motherfucker, we're playing Jenga while they're playing 4D chess.
Dude, Jenga is very hard and requires a lot of dexterity and motor control, Brandon. Okay, so
and focus.
It's difficult.
So what game are we playing?
Leapfrog?
Go fish.
Red Rover. Red Rover. Dude, yes.
Red Rover was the most boring fucking.
Oh, I know.
What? I love Red Rover.
It was so dumb.
It always was like because it was like a single out thing where then you got to prove your might.
Well, but the thing is that when we played it, I was 6 foot, 200 pounds, so I always won.
Just walk through them.
I just bulldozed all these 5th graders.
You were 6'2", 200 pounds in 5th grade?
All right, maybe 7th graders.
I was gonna say you must have been a monster. That would have been insane. You pick up your kid from school and they see this fucking full-grown man walking out the building. Like, who the fuck is that? Oh, that's my classmate Jeremy.
Teacher? No, that's
my friend
Jeremy.
He's a year younger. He's a year under me.
Jeremy, introduce yourself.
Hey. I did
before you hit puberty.
I did have a very high pitched voice. I still have a somewhat high pitched voice. I think. I point proven. So.
I still think.
But it's fine. I was very tall in middle school and very fat. So.
I
was really tall, but I wasn't big.
Me and Nick were the same size until 8th grade year, till after 8th grade year. Yeah, so we were just every year it'd be like Nick's an inch taller than me. I'm an inch taller than Nick. Nick's an inch taller than me. I'm an inch taller than Nick. And then we come back from fucking 8th grade summer. I'm 2 inches taller than I was. And Nick is 6 inches taller than me.
Yeah, I just said, oh.
Because Nick kept going like a normal human being, and you stopped like a freak.
But counterpoint.
Mm-hmm.
Nick has stretch marks from how fast he grew.
Yeah,
I don't have
evolution.
Stretch marks.
That's just called athleticism.
See, God decided that he needed a way to differentiate, the better from the worst, and so
no,
he
it's
gave us
just
little lightning strikes.
I mean, I know what it really is. So I was always faster than Brandon, right? So my stretch marks are just dimpling like on a golf ball to make me more aerodynamic.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense.
Hey, you are faster than me.
After 40 meters?
40 meters. I kick Nick's ass in the 40 every fucking time.
Here I come, bitch. Top speed.
I was going to say, Brandon, yeah, you don't want to go fast. Come on.
Yeah, Brandon was quick. I was fast.
Yes. I was explosive. Nick was speedy.
Jeez.
All right, well, we are out of time, boys.
Oh shit.
Time is just a man-made construct.
Time is made up by the man to control us.
That's a conversation for when we have more time.
I'm also supposed to have 13 months instead of 12.
Yeah. All right. Anyways. So as we always say, thank you everyone, which is no one, for joining us. You can listen to us anywhere you get your podcasts: Spotify, YouTube, RSS, Google Podcasts, The Fruit Place.
Hell. You can listen to us in hell.
We're working on Pornhub though.
Dude, I forgot about that shit.
Did we talk about doing that?
Damn it. Hey Google, remind me Tuesday at 5 p.m. to set up Pornhub. Alright, Gooks, got it. Anyways.
That's gonna go off with whatever companies are around, and they're gonna be so fucking lost. They're gonna be so concerned.
They're gonna love it. Anyways, I hope everyone has had a great week, and will continue to have another great week. We will see y'all all next time, I suppose, unless we all die. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.